Responsive design is all about establishing a consistent language you can use to communicate responsive sizing to developers. These days, with the rise of progressive web apps, responsive design is almost a given for any product. But if you're not careful, it can take a whole lot of time. Today, we're going to show you how you can do responsive design faster. You can master this language by understanding 4 simple concepts: container dependent, content dependent, fixed height or width, minimums and maximums. These terms explain the height and width of your UI components. Let's dive into each one of these, starting with container dependent. This means your UI component's height or width depends on the container's height or width. In this example, the component's container is the browser. You can see here, when we shrink the browser window, the card shrinks. In this scenario, you'll define your component's height or width as a percentage of its container. Next, let's talk about content dependent. This means your UI component's height or width will depend on the content inside the component. In this example, the card's height is content dependent. As you type more text, it gets taller. Next, we have fixed height or width. This one's straightforward. The component's size does not change, regardless of its container's size or the content inside it. You can see here that, as we resize the window, this card does not change size. If you write too much content, the card doesn't grow. Instead, it gives you a scroll bar. Now, on to the last concept, minimums and maximums. Let's say you have a card with a container-dependent width. On mobile, it takes up most of the viewport, and it looks great. But on larger screens, the text becomes hard to read because the card becomes too wide. To fix this, you can apply a maximum width to make sure the card doesn't get too wide. As you can see, you apply minimums and maximums to your content-dependent and container-dependent components. Why does any of this matter? The beauty of all this is that, with this new terminology, you can skip creating a ton of different screens. Just like that, you saved a bunch of time and repetitive work. Check out the description below for the links to the code. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more design videos.